Check engine light is on. Spent a few minutes trying to find the freaking OBD port and my escape. It's right here conveniently behind this little cover. I was all looking underneath the dash. Okay. Remember how to use the software. Let's see. Plug it in. I'm trying to plug in my OBD to USB cable. There we go. There's that. Here. This handy dandy thing. This one. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm touching buttons on this dang thing on my lap. Okay, let's see here. It's been a while since I used this. Key on. I already know. Brake lamp fault. I haven't put that new bulb in yet either. Okay, would you like to load a previously saved? No, I've never done this vehicle, so I gotta. That's the Mustang. I would connect a vehicle. What the hell? I don't know what it's asking for. I should have brought my other deal out. There's a switch right here. Might have been in the wrong spot. Connect. Okay, there we go. Ford Escape. EcoBoost gas turbocharged engine. Blah blah blah. I don't know what sync I have. I'm just gonna say it's 1, but I'm not gonna change any of those settings, so that doesn't matter. With this software, you can reprogram things. I took my 2017 F250 that work gives me to drive. I use this software to change the blinker, where you just tap it and it blinks 3 times. Changed it to 4 times, which is so much better. So I think it's done, right? Nope, it's still looking. It's been like a month or so since I've used this. So once it gets done, it's gonna, I know it asks me if I want to save the vehicle, then it already has all this information. It's seeing all the modules, you know, the body control module, the ECM also contains ForScan modules. Does your, yes. Please, okay, so this when you switch this. To go from, I think it's from the whatever regular to CAN bus or whatever. That's going to see that. That's when it sees all the controls, the control of the steering wheel controls, all that kind of stuff. And the module, see, audio module, consumer panel. Okay, just save, yes. Now it's saved. It doesn't have to do that the next time. I think we're done. Ready. So DTC. Let's see. Indicator. Trying to remember how to look at them. Nope, that's. Or is it still a bit busy? Oh, I think it's down here. Let's read. Oh, gotta put it back to the one thing. There we go. Okay. Missing. Let's see. If I had my mouse, I could hover it over these things. Why does it keep asking me to flip the switch back and forth? Asshole. Remember. What's that? It's DTC, so why am I not? It should just be bringing up the code. I remember I got the codes on a. Oh, here, it did bring it up. I'm just not noticing it. I'm used to like Dodge codes. It's P26B7, engine coolant bypass valve C control circuit open. Whatever that's about. To Save that. Yeah, right now. Have fun. Let's see here. Screen capture that. Oops. What'd I do? There we go. All right. I'll save that. This little tablet, you know, is not the best for my size of hands. Escape. DTC. There we go. Engine coolant bypass valve. I'm gonna have to look that up. I was just thinking maybe just got a little leak from a loose gas cap or something, but the gas cap on this, actually you don't take it off. It's got one of those auto caps. You just stick the filler neck in there and it seals automatically when you pull it out. But I know one day that's going to start leaking or just getting some debris in it. But so I mean, would that have to do with the heater coolant bypass valve? That's not something, I mean, you know, most engines have, like electronic coolant bypass valve, huh? I didn't know it was a part, you know, maybe need to check the levels, but see if anything's weird. But that's the only code it's got. It's funny, I was kept pushing on the button. I didn't realize that was the code. So, you know what that means? It means look it on YouTube, the internet, to find out what that is. B26B7. Okay. This thing's gonna be slow as hell, especially with the Wi-Fi being weak. Oh, what Wi-Fi? Disconnected. Open my door. Sorry guys, the internet isn't connected on this thing. I don't use this. This is a pretty low powered Windows tablet. I mean, I like it for the size, for like I could throw it in my pocket, and with this adapter, I mean, you could do stuff. I could do full programming, you know, to a car. You can't do an Android device can't like do the full programming or, you know, changing configurations. You have to have a PC for that, and this does count as a PC. You know what? Our people try to talk shit about Fords, and there's so many Fords. I mean, the Ford truck just like sells more than Chevy and GM combined, you know, which is all part of General Motors. But you know, they sell a lot. But we've had fleets of, you know, Chevy and Fords, you know, and stuff like that. But you know what? Here in Arizona, our Fords all went like 300,000 miles on those old 2-valve Triton engines, those 5.4s. You know, no problem. Some of them, you know, I went, the last company I was at, they gave me a Transit once I got my vehicle up to 300,000 miles, and they let me get it when I was up to like 290. And I was like, you know, I said, this surely isn't the original transmission too, is it? And they said they thought so, which that was the really amazing part, because I don't, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter what brand it is, you're hitting 300,000 miles without any transmissions or, you know, repairs and stuff is not very common. Come on. I just want to search this Super Duty Daily. Yeah, I have a 2004. Yeah, that would still be a 5.4 probably, unless you have the V10 or the diesel. The one I have now for work is a 2017, so I've already got like, it's almost up to 36,000 miles already. You know, it gets dude, this little Escape, dude, I freaking floor this thing every time I drive it. I don't know how much pounds of boost. I guarantee it's more than 10. It's probably closer to 15 psi of boost. I like to put a boost gauge on it. Put my Bluetooth one on. Oh wow, the freaking internet just is too not reliable out here. I'm gonna have to go inside to look that code up. This pisses me off. But I'll probably have to look at this later anyway. Can we go inside to the powerful computer? This is just BS right here. That's why, and by the way, when I started streaming this to you guys, look, I'm just dragging this stuff. It's like stupid. I turned off the Wi-Fi on my Note 9 because I know that as soon as I go outside, it would just be stopping the stream left and right. So I'll look that up. If it's nothing important, then I'm just not going to look at it anything tonight on it. I was going to go to my main computer in my bedroom, but the wife's in there getting out of the shower and all that kind of stuff. Let's go to this junk room here. Okay, let's fire up this old Battle Axe, ultra reliable IBM computer. This thing's so old, it came with XP and Vista. It was Vista compatible. So, and guess what? These computers are so stout. Why is this not focusing? What a piece of crap, Note 9. These computers are so stout. This thing, I never turn it off. Never. I did have to replace the screen on it once. These are made to come apart. Take screws out on the bottom and the top comes off to get to all the components. Keyboard, everything switches. IBM ThinkPad. It's an old one. Just with a Core 2 Duo or whatever, or Centrino. Still working. I put Windows 10 in it. Didn't even slow it down. It's not fast like my main computer, which is a 8-core with hyper-threading. But I mean, look at that. I mean, I haven't used this thing in like a month probably. It just comes right up working. So let me Bing. Gotta use Bing because I get my points. And that, I'm serious, you could redeem those points. See them logged in. Right there, logged in. I can redeem it for Amazon cards. I bought my Amp Pro meter I just got. So now I forgot what that code was. So unplug this thing. This is supposed to be a quick video. Of course, everything I'm doing, I need two hands. I'm holding a stupid phone. Come on, thing, wake up. Usually this thing wakes up pretty good, but this is a slow-ass tablet. I might have held the button down or something and turned the damn thing off. Anybody remember what that code was? It was a P something. There it goes. What the hell is with this thing? This stuff's frustrating me. I'm tired of these freaking... These are pissing me off. It took me like 5 minutes to find where the OBD2 port was. And it was just right behind the cover. It says OBD port. Yeah. Okay. Look at that, I was touching everything when I was carrying this thing. No wonder it's pissed off. Oh, this thing's being a piece. Come on. It might be mad because I unplugged the USB while the software was open. Wow, it's like not doing crap. There it is. P26B7. Look at that. Look, it comes up. Escape. Because it's probably a part that people don't have. I have 14. Here's a justanswer.com, which you gotta take this site with a grain of salt. But it looks like it's popular for this vehicle. See more. Oh, Tell this guy to piss off. I hate, you see, these sites just try to get you to like, you know, they're just trying to get you to sell you something. Recover page. Well, okay, that was good. I just got done telling you guys how awesome this computer was because it is solid. Run is online. No, I don't want. Where's the X to close that dude out? See, it's trying to make me hit their thing. I'll just go to another web page. It's not crappy. Checking. This is 1 year older than my car. FordEscape.org. Let's go to that one. Okay. See, I think that website was just junk. Check engine lights, or people say, what is your build date? There's a TSB issue. Oops. Oh, the ads are loading. I don't have ad block turned on in here. I'm going to print out. Come on. It's still loading all these ads. Oh, in a pop-up window and everything. I hate this crap. Everybody's got to get paid, you know? It's going to autoplay a freaking ad now in the bottom corner. Stupid. Okay. Come on. There's an X. Now the advertisement's popping up down there. There's the TSB. Okay, here it is. The DTC indicates a fault is present with coolant bypass solenoid C located at the rear of the engine above the starter bell housing and below the vacuum pump. Follow the service procedure in the TSB to correct the problem. Yeah, don't tell me nothing. And of course, if it's just like a bypass or, you know, just thing to make the coolant heat up faster in the cold weather or something, then that's not going to hurt nothing. Let's see. Guys keep talking about build date. How can, I mean, can't you just give straight answers? What the hell? They care about the build date. Gosh, it's still talking about the guy's build date. That's all. Thanks for the tip there. The fact that the warning is described as the service engine soon light emphasis added says this. Probably okay for the weekend, but if I were you, okay. And that was it. Oh no, there's a, or was that the last one? Huh, now he says the light went away. Bad gas. This guy thinks it might be because he got bad gas and it's a coolant fault. Coolant solenoid fault. The guy's suggesting to take it to the dealer. Well, guys, I'll have to go look this stuff up a little later. I thought I was just going to get stuff pop right up, but pretty much, who knows? It isn't, as long as it doesn't cause the engine to overheat or something. Then it's bad. So, and she only drove it like 10 minutes like that. So, no ELM found. So, anyway, this software is pretty cool. My old Surface Pro tablet is out in my service vehicle, so I didn't go grab it. They would have, of course, been a lot faster than using this thing. This thing just is a beater tablet. It's a New Vision. Actually, it's thin as hell. I mean, it is, you know, still something, you know, nowadays to be able to hold in a PC in your hand like this, you know. It actually has video out, graphics out, but I was kind of shocked, and a micro USB. And then I was able to make this work. I had to flip the switch a few times, and make a change or something in the settings, because you know, to get this to work as a hub and to charge. And there's a switch on here. It's either, it says USB or charge, or OTG over it. And I guess that's because most of these are sold for people doing them with their Android phones. And a lot of times, you know, only certain devices let you use this as a hub and for the pass through for the charger, you know, device. So it was tricky to get it to work on that, and then finally I did. And it doesn't seem to charge fast. It actually, if anything, just maintains the battery. But that's cool because I actually had this set up so I could like do tuning during the Mustang, and this is how I passed the missions on the Mustang. Because this software here called ForScan, you could go down into, I forget what it is, but it's like all these modes, dashboard, oscilloscope. I don't have it set up, but you could set up all the perimeters, and I was watching my evaporative check, my catalytic converter check, EGR, all that stuff in real time, and it tells you what the DC voltages of the sensors are, everything. You could look at the mass area. You could look at a lot of stuff and log stuff similar to what I could with the tuner, except for this also has all the emissions stuff. So that was cool. And I think you can diagnose a lot with the engine too, running lean, all sorts of stuff. So a lot of cool stuff. Plus you could go down into the, I forget what it was, but all like some of the settings, and you were able to go in there and change stuff in the body control module, which, like I said, I changed my F250 to touch the blinker, tap it, and it would blink 4 times instead of 3. I think that one extra is good because it blinks about 3 times while you're still looking in the mirror to make sure people see that you want to merge over, and then it's already stopped blinking by the time you're starting to merge. So I like it to blink 1 extra time there. And there's supposed to be a setting you could change in here. You got to find out what they are. It's all like hexadecimal values, and you just got to look on the internet, look them up. But like on the F250, it already does the feature where if I unlock and let off the unlock button and hit the unlock again and hold it for 3 seconds or 5 seconds, it'll roll down both windows. But I've tried to hit the lock and then the lock and hold, and it doesn't roll them up, but that vehicle's capable of it. So there's a perimeter in here you change, and I just haven't done it yet. Because I like that. If I just got out of my truck from lunch or something, had the windows down, I'll be able to just get out, close the door, and just hold the remote as I walk away, and totally lock and roll up the windows without having to first do it, when I'm sitting in the vehicle. That'd be cool. So you have to have a windows that are able to have the full auto mode, which means you push it down and all the way, and it goes down all the way on itself and stops. And it has to be able to pull up and let go, and it goes up all the way on itself. Now Escape only has the auto for down, not for up, I believe. But the F250, both windows have full auto down and up, so that's pretty cool. So check the comments before I kill this insanely long and boring video. Sorry guys. It's a software interface cable. The software is called ForScan. Right here. I'm trying to know where the about thing is right here. And you can keep extending the activations or whatever. You have to have it activated or buy their activated to do all the extra stuff, like I said, with the changing the configurations and stuff. But they give you free, you can activate it and stuff. Family's getting loud. It's getting late. But anyway, so it's called ForScan. It can do all that stuff, and then they tell you what kind of cable you need. It's like an ELM cable and all this different stuff. I bought a cheap knockoff one for $30 on Amazon. So this is called ELM config. It has the switch. You need that. That way it goes from the OBD2 diagnostic. See, HS can, MS can. And it tells you, it prompts you how to, and that's the switch position. Yeah, but Ford, Ford is pretty easy. Like Ford EEC computers, like all those Mustangs used to run, were some of the most supported computers and easy to tune. They were, they have really good, factory computers. They were known to be good, for tuning. And they're pretty open. Dodge is the worst. Dodge locks down their stuff. It's hard to get aftermarket tuners for Dodge and stuff. They're real stingy with releasing, their, secrets or whatever. It's hard for aftermarket to get stuff for some of the Dodge vehicles. And Ford's one of the most open. Chevy, it depends on the vehicle. I remember years ago, my friend had a OBD2. He had an OBD1 with the OBD2 port. It was a weird bastard year, a 1995 or 4 Camaro Z28 with the LT1 or whatever engine it was. It had the OptiSpark which was sucky, and a shitty 4-speed automatic transmission that always loses second gear. He did a 383 stroker to that. I helped him. He had to drop the engine from underneath the car. That's another thing that sucks about Chevy, you know, compared to a Mustang. You know, the Camaro is harder to get into the engine than the Mustang is. Even though the Camaro engine is narrower, so getting to the exhaust manifolds is easier on a Camaro, that's for sure. But we dropped that engine, swapped it, and then so he blew up the freaking transmission like everybody does. If you ever watch Pinks or anything back in the day, everybody always with a Camaro or Firebird of that generation would lose second gear before the end of the race and have to go red line first, let off the throttle, put it in the third, and then hit the gas again, which costed you. And that happened to Frank, and then he swapped another tranny in there, a used running one we bought from somebody that was parting out a car, ran fine, but he took it to the racetrack, and by the end of the night, lost second gear again. I forget what those transmissions were, but they sucked. I don't know. Certain F-150s. I heard the F-150s that had issues are the 3-valve Tritons. And I heard that there's people that could make those bulletproof, not an issue, but those are the ones I guess that had issues. And then everybody just doesn't repeat. No, not the 700R4. That transmission lasted way better. 4L60, I'm not sure. I think that's a different. 700R4 came out in the 80s and was full mechanical. This is like Chevy's early electronic ones, I believe, or hybrids. But anyway, I was gonna say, yeah, I forget now. Oh, the 3-valve Tritons. People just say, "Oh, Tritons sucked." You know, that thing's come apart or this bus, and like, no, you're talking about the 3-valve one. The 2-valve ones are actually all those early 2000s Econolines and F-Series we had and just worked fine. The last Mustang had the 96. I moved the rev limiter to 7 on that thing, stock engine with 160-something thousand miles on it when I got it. Put the turbo on it. So it wasn't gutless then. I added about 200 horsepower to it. Instead of 260, it was like 460. But yeah, you know, I was revving it to $7,000, never changing that stuff. It was fine. And I think people don't change the oil very well in some of them. So, and I think like the one I have now has some mysterious ticks when it warms up. The 2002 Mustang I have 2-valve with the PI version, which is just drivetrain's the same. It's just the different, better porting and intake manifold, I think. And it's got a kind of a harsh and almost a knock sound. I could thinking it might be bottom end, or who knows, maybe sometimes it's pretty hard to tell where the echo's coming from. But if you don't change it, you use shitty oil or don't change your oil very much and neglect it, there's a lot of sprockets and chains and tensioners and cam followers and tappets and all that stuff to screw up, you know, in a modular engine. So in that sense, you know, you abuse it, there's a lot more to fail than there is just a in the block cam, you know. Usually you just have a, you know, lift or collapse or turn a bearing or something, you know, and those. But the overhead cam has a lot more parts, chains, tensioners, guides, all that stuff. So you got to use good oil and change it, you know, and then they do last hundreds of thousands of miles. But anyway, all right, guys, it's like 9:30, so I'm gonna go do a little more research on my computer in my bedroom, on mega computer.